the voluntary sector have always been important, but right now, at a time when so many families kind of struggling with all sorts of different pressures, I know the government can't. The government of any political persuasion can't do it all. In fact, we've got a UK government that seems ambivalent about some of the hardship that they are creating, and a Scottish government who have got their eyes on a different prize, and it's not about poverty, it's about the Constitution. So I'm here to have a conversation. The argument I want to make today is that about redistribution, is that you can't tolerate the fact that the poor will always be amongst us. That's an uncivilized view of the world. But how do you change that? And it is about redistribution. It's redistribution of power, redistribution of wealth, and that's the conversation and the debate I want to have today. A lot of people either want to work or are working really hard and they feel they're no better off. And there's a sense that those people at the top get on really well, and those people, kind of lower middle class and working class people, no matter how hard they work, they just can't get on. They can't afford a better holiday. They can't, if they're only, if the fridge breaks down, they can't afford a new fridge. So they're not yet in crisis, but they're just copers. They're just coping and no more, and that's not good enough. So what we're setting out today is a plan of how you would change the balance of power and the balance of wealth. So we'd introduce a top rate of tax of 50 pence for those earning over £150,000. We're the only party who'll say we do it. A minimum wage of £8 an hour. A living wage, which is a wage increase for 500,000 Scots. We'd regulate the bus industry, and we would regulate the energy market, because the market fails too many people, and government can't stand by as a spectator when the market fails working class people. So it is about redressing the imbalances in the market so that people who work hard, or people who want to work hard, or people who are struggling get a support that they're entitled to, and that's just not happening at the moment. Most people in Scotland have got no experience of zero hours contracts. But the fact is there are tens of thousands of Scots who are stuck in zero hours contracts, a hidden army of workers who have got no stability in their work. Now, it's impossible to plan your life, and it's impossible to support a family, and it's so difficult to get credit or a mortgage or pay a deposit for a flat if you can't have any predictability about how many hours you're working tomorrow. So we'll ban the exploitative zero-hour contracts. We'll use the power of the government to go further than that. We won't allow those involved in exploitative zero-hour contracts to get government contracts. So it's about making it illegal, and also, until that happens, I'm trying to persuade the Scottish government that people involved in zero-hour contracts shouldn't be getting government contracts. Those companies that are exploiting workers in that way, it's beyond the pale, that behaviour, and government shouldn't reward them with contracts.